up, party people? Welcome back to my party people party channel. Today we're going to the Titanic exhibition in Perth.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna do that. It's gonna be fun. Okay, enjoy. I know that there's it's like headsets. So there's like headsets that you gotta put on. So like you won't, the camera vlog won't hear anything, but we will. So
Yeah.
I'm just gonna film like the details and stuff. So that'll be cool. Okay, great. It's the duckies from the last video. Wait, no, the last video hasn't even been posted yet. So you guys don't know what this duck is, because the video hasn't been posted. I'm currently editing 2 more videos. I'm currently editing the Freo versus Hawks game, and then at the Optus, and then I'm editing a time zone trip that we did, and then yeah, I'm gonna edit this one first. So great, a lot of editing to do. Or we're going in the car park. Oh my goodness, no pot. Is there any pools in here?
2 hours free? Go on then.
Is there any pools in here?
Which pole should we crash into?
It is time to go to the Titanic. There has always been a debate. Do we reckon that Jack could have fit on the door with Rose?
Yes, 100%. Of course I could.
Idiot. Idiot.
Oh. No, I can't do that.
Look at us just strutting in the city. Are we looking? Can we see a Titanic anywhere? Is there a Titanic anywhere?
Titanic, the human story.
Where is it? Where does it say?
Go, Jack!
Uh-huh.
To let go.
Jack proceeded to let go. Titanic, where are you? Why do I have a feeling that was the car park we're supposed to park at? I really don't care. Oh,
Found it!
we see it.
Titanic. Hey!
Here it is.
Get your tickets now!
Don't lick the iceberg.
Is that an actual one? Is that... only 14 car Wait, start tour.
It disappeared under the surface of the North Atlantic.
Have you pressed play?
Yeah. Someone actually wore this on the Titanic. Oh, so you just enter the number to 2 because this is the second one. 2, okay, so 2. Okay. Look at the dirt on it.
Yeah.
From
It's crazy.
This was in the First World War.
We're really taking it back.
It's someone talking.
Where's 5 and 6? Where?
Oh my gosh. 2,208 people. This is first class. $324 passengers traveling in first class. This is a real dining chair. These are the first class passengers. This is one of the dresses. That wasn't the Jack and Rose, was it? I'm not sure. This was a surviving chair from the Titanic. That's a chair that survived from the real Titanic. These two survived the Titanic, I think. The owner of this bag was buried at sea. Third class. This was recovered from the body of Carl Ayres. These two were thrown overboard into the water by their parents. All the waiters' uniforms. Keys to the kitchen. All the black gang. Titanic got a majestic figure cutting through the waters at a speed of 22 knots. The past 4 days, Jack Phillips and Harley Bright, wireless operators, had been sending and receiving hundreds of messages. The surrounding area had sent congratulations for the maiden of voyage, but some messages were of a different nature. They warned off of icefield on the Titanic I was heading towards. Something them for the information, but took no major action. The system had suffered a malfunction of Phillips' bride had only managed to repair it on that Sunday morning. So that evening, Captain Smith retired to his cabin with orders being informed by any incidents. The crew and passengers noticed the air was chilling, being a spell of ice. First Officer William Murdoch began his shift on the bridge along with officers James Moody and Joseph Boxhall. Sometime up on the crow's nest, lookouts Frederick Fleet and Reginald Lee were told to keep a sharp lookout for small ice. Difficult task, since their binoculars had been locked away throughout the voyage. The night was dark. A shivering Fleet remarked to the shipmate, "There is ice about. You could smell the ice before you could get to it." 25. Most passengers were retiring to bed. The California nearby ship messaged Titanic, "Say, old man, we are stopped and surrounded by ice." When you close, the louder the volume Morse code. Phillips, tired and overworked, abruptly answered, "Shut up. Keep out. I'm working." All of a sudden, at 11:40, the horizon in front of the fleet darkened, and themselves face to face with the silhouette of a mountain ice. Rang bell 3 times, and then rushed to telephone the bridge. First Officer Murdoch had already seen up. The ship's bow was headed straight towards the iceberg. Murdoch immediately ordered the engineers to stop the ship and to steer hard a starboard, an attempt to return the ship to avoid the collision. All watertight doors to be closed immediately, but it was fertile. Massive ice struck the starboard of the side of the force. The rivets holding the steel plates together burst. Too many of the watertight compartments were now open to the sea. Water began pouring in. The engine stopped, and time stood still for the officers on deck and the lookouts in the nest. The captain rushed to the bridge. Ice warnings. Oh yes, you said that was the big one. Can you touch it? Oh, that's freezing.
Did it say don't touch it or did it say don't lick it?
Huh?
They said you could lick it, didn't
They said don't lick it.
Oh damn, I really wanted to lick it.
They could smell the iceberg before they hit it, so all the passengers knew that they were going to hit it. They said it's something about ice that you can smell. There was only space for half of the people on the board, yet the 20 boats were still underfilled by about 40%. The launch sentence started with the lifeboats on the bow, 1 to 8, and gradually moved back to those on the stern, 9 to 16, since time was running out. By then, occupancy became higher. Once the 16 wooden lifeboats were released, collapsible boats were washed off into the water minutes before the sinking. So everyone had to just stay on the boat and died. There were 2,208 people on board, 1,178 seats in the lifeboats, which means there was only 53% on board, so the other people just had to die. Minutes after the collision, the Titanic's designer Thomas A. Andrews began the inspection of the ship. He estimated that they had 1 or 2 hours left before she sank. At midnight, the crew began to ready the ship's 20 lifeboats, which could take hardly half of more than 2,000 people on board. Captain Smith ordered Phillips and Bride to send out distress signals. The Carpathia, 100 kilometers away, was the nearest ship to respond. They asked me if I knew where the distress rockets were. I said yes. They said bring them on the bridge. When Captain Smith saw me bring them up, he told me to fire one, and fire one every 5 or 6 minutes. Since the accepted code of conduct at the time was children and women first. Second Officer Charles Lightoller on the port side ordered lifeboats to be lowered with empty seats if there were no women or children around. On the starboard side, First Officer William Murdoch, seemingly more aware of the catastrophe ahead, allowed men on board if seats were free. The first boats away didn't have many passengers on board. They were afraid to go down. There were a 70-foot drop to the water, and they didn't think she was going to sink, and a few of the first boats on the port side got away with half filled. At 1:30, the Titanic's bow was sinking lower and lower, and the third-class passengers were arriving on deck. Chaos began to reign. Yet the musicians played on, and the wireless operators continued to send distress signals. Well, we were standing on the steerage, third class they called it, and we couldn't get up onto the second. And of course, then there was one man with us, and he was over guardian angel, and he said, for God's sake, let the women up. The lifeboats were only going from first cabin. So there was a man on the second deck, and he asked me to go on his shoulder, and I climbed over, and then I think it was the last boat that was going out. By 2 o'clock, the Titanic's bow had sunk so low that the propellers were clear out of the water. Captain Smith now relieved his men of their duty, and the last collapsible boat was swept upside down off the Titanic. I hit the water with a terrifying crack. Luckily, I didn't hit anything when I dropped in. There were bodies all over the place. And then I looked up at the Titanic. The propellers were right out of the water. The rudder was right out, and I could see the bottom. Just before 2:20, the lights of the Titanic went out as her bow sank further and further. At the same time, the stern rose higher and higher out of the water, and the strain broke the ship in two. The lifeboat passengers watched the stern momentarily go vertical before descending on its plunge to the ocean floor. Shit. Dear me, which number is this one? 26. Money collection sheet from the town of Oh. The Titanic sunk at 2:20. Unsinkable myth. Kate's boarding costume from the James Cameron Titanic. Damn. Saving the Titanic. my gosh, that's what it looks like now. Oh my god, this is what the Titanic looks like now. This is what it looks like.
I wonder if you could still get stuff off of it if you went down.
Well, that was amazing.
Yeah.
I got some cool stuff, and I got a photo printed out that I'm going to put on the screen. That's apparently me on the Titanic, so that is horrible. But you know what? We'll go with it. You gotta press the button. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.